Good afternoon, all Biafrans all over the world. Thank you for this time, for being with us. I am Emeka Emekesiri. I speak on behalf of the IPOP Customary Government of indigenous people of Biafra. We have just gone to the court today and we have come out from the court, and a lot of things happened, and I think we are hopeful that the journey is no longer too far. Biafrans are winning. I want every person to be courageous in this battle we have started. There's no going back. We shall fight this battle to the end and we shall win. I say we shall win. This is no longer the battle of arms and ammunition. It is now the battle of wits and intelligence, diplomacy. It's no longer a battle of aggression. We want to engage the opponent constructively, and that is what we have done. We say we are pursuing the Biafran independence struggle by the use of legal methodology, which includes the judicial process, the political process, and the diplomatic process. These three processes constitute what we call the due process of self-determination. Today we were in court, in the Federal High Court, Enugu, where we argued on the issue of jurisdiction. And we have made our arguments, and the ruling will be delivered very soon. So I want to talk about the customary government, which has taken Nigeria to court. The customary government is legitimate. I want you to understand that the customary law is recognized by the Nigerian Constitution just as the Sharia law is recognized. But I will say that the Northerners are wiser in the sense that they used the instrument of law, they used the Constitution, and they used their position and elevated the Sharia law into a statute law. In other words, they passed the bill, the Sharia government bill. They passed the bill in the houses of assembly in the north. It started with one state, Zamfara state. They passed that bill, Sharia government bill, into law and adopted it and created a Sharia government. That time many people were kicking against them, but we, the lawyers, we looked into it and we say yes, they have the right. Sharia law is recognized by the Nigerian Constitution. So they had the right to build a structure based on Sharia law, and they have done that and they are correct. Now we also have the customary law, which is also recognized by the Nigerian Constitution. But we have failed to also use the customary law to help ourselves. Just as the lawmakers in the north passed the Sharia government law bill into law and they created the Sharia government structure, the same way our own houses of assembly in the east, in the south, southeast, southwest, our own houses of assembly can also pass the customary government bill into law and create customary government by the law of the states. This does not violate the Nigerian Constitution. The Nigerian Constitution says Nigeria should be an indivisible and indissoluble entity to be called Federal Republic of Nigeria. Good. If you create a government within Nigeria, just like Sharia government running within Nigeria, you have not violated Nigerian Constitution. If you create the customary government within Nigeria by law, you have not violated Nigerian Constitution. When we created the customary government by deed, by private law, some people raised objections. Some people say, how can you have government within a government? And we countered it, the argument, that yes, you can have government within a government. You can have state government within federal government. You can have local government within state government. And in Imo State, we have community government within even the local government. So you can have government within government, provided that you do not oppose, like you do not do anything that challenges the sovereignty of Nigeria. You cannot do that unlawfully. So if you want independence, there must be due process of getting independence, unless you want to engage the opponent by military method, which we do not accept. We cannot use military method now. We have better options. We have the due process which we are using now. Good. I know that many people do not accept. When we say we want to use the due process, they say they don't like the due process. Which other process do you want? You want to fight? Go ahead if you want to fight. But as for me, as for us, as for those who believe in what we do, as for the customary government of indigenous people of Biafra, as for the IPOB under the elders, the original IPOB under the elders, we believe in due process, and that's what we are pursuing. So I want to emphasize on the instrumentality of the customary government. What is the basis of the customary government? Now listen very well. The customary law is unwritten, and the rules of customary law in governance is that the elders of the land have the right to gather their children together. In fact, if everything breaks down now, if there is anarchy now, if everything breaks up now in Nigeria, assuming there's no more parliament to make law, no more parliament, no institution will stand. The only two institutions that will stand are customary laws and the Sharia laws. These two laws, the Sharia law and customary law, are the only two institutions that will stand, assuming anything happens to Nigeria now and no more parliament to make laws. Because these customary laws and the Sharia laws have been in existence, existing laws, existing rules of law in the land before Nigeria was created. That is why the Nigerian Constitution provides under section 315 of the Constitution that the existing laws of the land are accepted as part of Nigerian legal system. You can see that the Sharia law and the customary law are very powerful laws under the Nigerian system. Therefore, the people practicing Sharia law are very correct, and the people practicing customary law are very correct. But what we are asking the Southerners to do is go further by passing the customary government bill into law and make it a state organ, so that the states can finance the customary governance of our land. Now, they can work hand in hand, just like it's done in the north. Sharia government is in the north. That does not stop the state governments. Sharia government runs in the north. It does not stop the local government. It does not stop the state government. It does not stop the federal government operating in the north. Rather, they work hand in hand. They have the Sharia police, they call the Hizbah police. They have some structures and organs under the Sharia government. In the same way too, under the customary government, we can also have our customary police, which we call Ndinche. Ndinche can help work hand in hand with the Nigerian police, with the state, with the federal. Ndinche, after all, from time immemorial, these Ndinche, these are our customary policemen that secure our territory. We're talking about security. Why can't we pass the bill into law, creating our customary government and creating Ndinche as our customary security men? It is there in our law. So what stops us from making use of what we have in our law? So I want to encourage our lawmakers. I want to speak to our lawmakers, those in the houses of assembly. Listen, we are Biafrans. We are operating the customary government of indigenous people of Biafra. Now, let me tell you something. Some of you who are lawyers, you may be asking me, why Biafra? Listen, and listen very well. At the end of the war, what ceased to exist was the Republic of Biafra. Not the indigenous people, not the remnant, not the people themselves, but the country called Republic of Biafra ceased to exist. But the human beings, the individuals, the persons, the natural persons who survived the war are the remnants of the land. These remnants are what we call indigenous people of the land. That is how it's called in this book, Indigenous People of Biafra. That is how that name, Indigenous People of Biafra, was coined in this book when you read it. That is the reason I coined the name Indigenous People of Biafra, because they are the remnants that were not consumed in the war. And now, what law shall govern them? Since the Republic of Biafra was dissolved, what law then can govern them? The laws that can govern the remnants are the laws made by Nigerian government and the laws of the land, what we call the customary law, which Nigerian government also accepted into its constitution. That's why we have the customary law today. And the Nigerian courts accept and administer the rules of customary law. So the indigenous peoples of the land have the right to be governed under their customary law. And in customary governance, the elders of the land have the right to gather their children together and guide them, advise them, direct them, and oversee their affairs. That was why the customary government of indigenous people of Biafra was created using the elders of the land, of which the chief judge, the retired chief judge, Justice Ezozobu Oefa, retired, is the head of the customary government of indigenous people of Biafra. He's the chairman of the Supreme Council of Elders of Indigenous People of Biafra. And being the chairman of the Supreme Council of Elders of Indigenous People of Biafra, automatically he is the head of the government. All of us are serving under him. Good. So, there is nothing wrong if we now elevate the customary government by passing the bill in our houses of assembly and making it a state organ. That's the difference. If it becomes a state organ, the state will be able to use it to help in administration of the state. Just like the Sharia government is used in the north to help in administration of the states in the north. So we can as well use it. We can as well engage our youths. In our traditional society, the youths are the soldiers, the army, the police, the security men. So we can now create indinche under our customary law and then equip the youths to secure our territory. And they will be properly guided. They work hand in hand with the state and with federal. So customary government is lawful. Hear it now and hear it very well. Customary government is lawful and should be encouraged. Let our lawmakers go ahead, pass the bill in the houses of assembly, and create the customary government by law of the states. Just like Sharia government is created by law of the states in the north. Please do it, and the Biafrans will be happy with you. There is nothing wrong. Identify ourselves as Biafrans. What we lost after the war was the sovereignty, the Republic of Biafra. That is what we lost. The ability to govern ourselves as a separate country. We lost that sovereignty. But we were not consumed. We are the remnants. That's why we are the indigenous people of the land. We are the remnants of the land. Therefore, we have the right to exist. We have the right to live. We have the right to be governed under our customary law. Thank you for listening to me. And I want to invite you to the customary government town hall meetings. Wherever the town hall meetings are being held, please identify yourself and attend to the town hall meetings of the customary government. You can always reach us, reach our office where we are. You can see it on the screen, see the telephone numbers you can call, so that you'll be directed to the town hall meetings of the customary government. Thank you very much for listening to me. God bless you. Bye.